Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll take a look at what it takes to become a Kentucky State Trooper. And officials are working to find better ways to reintegrate former convicts into the workforce.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5:30 this Friday morning. Let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
Good morning, Madison. Good morning, everyone. Up a couple of degrees here in the heart of Perry County, now at 57. Kind of an indication we're getting the clouds downstream in from the north. We'll show you that in a moment. Temperature-wise, for the rest of us, as cool as 54 at Manchester and at Williamsburg. The hot spot this morning, Jackson at 61. All right, here we go. Satellite radar composite showing the clouds dropping in from the north and west. And yes, some of you watching from Middlesboro and Jacksboro have some clouds scooting across Tennessee. But nonetheless, this is the feature that we're focused in on as we head through the day today. And that means partly sunny skies, scattered showers, and perhaps a thunder shower. And the best rain chances today will be late morning, early afternoon before things start to subside later today. A forecast high today in Hazard up to 66. More about your Mother's Day weekend forecast coming up in just a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. The Kentucky State Police are calling for new recruits as they look to build their 105th cadet class. The agency has seen multiple large graduating classes in recent years, but is continuing its efforts to strengthen their workforce and keep Kentuckians safe. Jeremy Toms talked with a KSP sergeant about the recruiting campaign and what it takes to become a state trooper.
Sergeant Michael Murrell joined the Thin Gray Line in 2001 and says he wouldn't change a thing about it.
I've been with the state police for 23 years, and I couldn't imagine ever doing anything different.
Now the recruiting commander for Kentucky State Police. He's helping other young men and women to take the same steps he did. Often lively steps at that.
You know, if it's a lifelong dream, you should have been preparing long before now.
The 24-week training process is not for the faint of heart.
It takes a motivated, hard-working individual.
But Sergeant Murrell says a range of career paths await those who are dedicated.
Drug enforcement, or electronic crimes, or our K-9 division.
Last year's Cadet Class 103 marked their biggest graduating class since 2014. More than 1,000 people now wear the KSP badge.
The way we look at it, you know, it's still not enough. We have a large amount of troopers who are coming up eligible to retire this coming year.
So they're offering a starting salary of $67,500.
Which is, you know, substantially higher than it has been in previous years.
And a new guarantee that your post placement can be at home or in a connecting post.
It does allow you to give back to that community, and people there know who you are.
Now, staying right at home can also mean finding a new home with the Kentucky State Police.
If you want to change your life, this is the path to do so.
In Frankfort, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Sergeant Murrell notes KSP also offers an accelerated training program for those with prior law enforcement experience. The deadline to apply for Cadet Class 105 is June 30th. A Somerset man is behind bars after he was served with an indictment warrant by the Pulaski Grand Jury for sodomy. Charles Eldon Richardson was arrested at his home without incident. Police say this stems from an incident that happened in 1997 in Pulaski County. The investigation started when the victim, who is now an adult, claimed that they were only 10 years old when Richardson sexually assaulted them. A Jackson County teacher is under investigation. Jackson County Middle School's principal shared a message on Facebook. It says the school suspended the teacher Tuesday because of allegations. It does not name the teacher or say what the claims are. We do not know if law enforcement is involved. 18 people have been arrested in a drug roundup in Buchanan County, Virginia. There were 38 people targeted in the drug bust. Officials with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office say a total of 82 indictments of the original 137 returned by the grand jury were served. Some of the charges included distribution of a scheduled controlled substance and common nuisance. 3 people were arrested after a drug bust in Harlan County. The incident happened earlier this week at a home in Kaywood when police were executing a search warrant. After arresting Marco Hopkins, they found marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and money, among other things, on him. T. Skidmore was arrested after police found her hiding in a building on the property, and Ashley Lewis was arrested on a Harlan Circuit Court indictment. A woman was charged with assaulting a police officer in Clay County. Police arrested Angela Lovins on Thursday. Lovins was charged with resisting arrest, public intoxication, assaulting a police officer, and littering. Lovins was taken to the Clay County Detention Center. One home was destroyed by a fire in Clay County. Officials with the Manchester Fire Department were notified of the fire around 11:30 Wednesday night. Officials tell us it happened on State Highway 1524 in the Goose Rock and Brightside communities. There were no injuries reported from the incident. It is not known what caused the fire. Of course, this comes as there was a fire that burned a building on the other side of the county Wednesday morning. Officials in the Tri-County area of Knox, Laurel, and Whitley counties are working to bridge the gap from jail to the workforce. Aaron Pointer with the Targeted Services Branch says by helping folks gain access to jobs and other resources, it could prevent them from going back to jail while keeping the community safe. He noted how strainful putting people in detention centers is on taxpayers. Pointer says by putting them back in the workforce, it would help achieve the opposite effect.
If we are providing people with opportunities and options, livable wages, and access to self-sufficiency and a better life, we're making our community safer. If we are providing trained and retained employees to our business partners, they're going to grow, right? They're going to want to be there. They're going to grow and elevate operations. They're going to be a good employer.
Pointer says it also helps certain industries facing staffing shortages gain employees. Several businesses have had to close after part of downtown building collapsed in central Kentucky in a central Kentucky county. It's happened twice, the second time on Thursday night at a building in downtown Lancaster. Some people are concerned it's going to get worse before it gets better. Tim Scott owns the Crow's Hat in downtown Lancaster. His business is closed, his property uninhabitable, he says, because of what's going on next door.
Yeah, it's a little bit disturbing. I mean, I spent a lot of money redoing a historical building. These buildings are all from the 1800s. They actually are all on the National Historical Register.
Lancaster's mayor says there are issues for the property owners to deal with, and there really isn't an ordinance to deal with it. A similar collapse happened 2 weeks ago at a home a few miles from downtown. Officials do not believe they are related, but say both structures were built in the 1800s. Kentucky State Police Post 9 is preparing for Christmas early by looking at some cars. WYMT's Buddy Forbes explains how an upcoming summer showcase benefits an annual winter outreach.
It all starts with a summer full of cars.
You know, whether you're a car person or not, everyone loves coming out and looking at a beautiful car and seeing the different customizations people do to their vehicles, or, you know, paint jobs or whatever.
Kentucky State Police Post 9 is hosting its annual outdoor car show next month.
You know, it's just a great event. We all come together. We've got music playing. We give away some door prizes.
Inviting car enthusiasts to park in Pikeville, wheeling out their rides for a program that lets kids wheel out more gifts this Christmas.
You know, every Christmas we take anywhere between 60 to 75 kids from within our Post 9 district community Christmas shopping. They get an allotted amount to spend on whatever they want, whether it be toys, clothes, whatever they need.
The car show is a fundraiser for the annual Shop with a Trooper program, allowing community members to contribute to a Christmas to remember for kids around the area.
None of that would be possible if it wasn't for the fundraisings and donations from our community. You know, it costs anywhere between $12,000 to $14,000 each year to put this on. And the more money we raise, the more money we can give the kids to spend each year.
Post 9 Public Affairs Officer Michael Coleman says the event is full of family-friendly fun.
So if you've got a vehicle and you want to come be a part of it, or even if you don't, you can always come down, purchase a t-shirt.
Good for those who want to show off their cars or those who just want to show up for the kids. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The car show is on the calendar for June 1st, so there is plenty of time to make plans to visit Pikeville. The car show is not the only thing on the books for Post 9 this June. Trooper Coleman will be taking a trip to Trooper Island as well. Many posts are still looking for kids to take part in the 2024 camp, with applications open now, inviting area kids ages 10 to 12 for a week of free fun. From canoeing to sports, the island is designed to bring a stress-free environment to kids who may otherwise not be able to enjoy a summer camp or vacation.
Monday morning when we take off, the kids are usually a little bit shy, but by the end of the week, you know, they're basically hanging off your leg and asking if they can come back next year because they see what a great time it is down there. They get to make friends from kids from here in the community and also, you know, get to spend time with us. We're out there, we're playing basketball with them, football, whatever it may be, and it's troopers that live and work right here in their community.
You can find applications for Trooper Island at your local KSP post or by going to our website. When we return, the one franchise to rule them all is making a return to the silver screen with new movies.
And weather-wise, across the region, starting to see some cloud cover issues with this disturbance coming in from the west and northwest. What type of effect will it have today? We'll let you know. Your First Alert 7-day forecast coming up right after this.